Good morning, everyone. Today we are going through a topic. The name of the topic is mistakes. That is not mistakes, that is errors. In human life, when we are doing something wrong, that is called as mistakes. But if a human being, if a user will write the codings and on that time if they will do any mistake, that is called as errors. So very simple sentence is there. What do you mean by errors? Errors are the mistakes done by the user during the programming. During the programming, if any mistake done by the user, that particular thing is called as an error. Now there are three categories of errors. The first category is syntax error. The second category is logical error. And the third category is runtime error. Now let's see. So you can see here, there are three types of errors. First one is syntax error, second is logical error, and third one is runtime error. Now I am going to discuss about syntax error. In syntax error, the definition is what? The error which is containing grammatical or spelling mistakes. If there will be any grammatical or spelling mistakes, then that is called as syntax error. Now you see, one simple printing output line written by me, that is system.out.println. In this line there are two errors. That is, first one is, you can see here the O is in capital letter, and here also the P is in capital letter. As we all know that Java is case sensitive language. Java is case sensitive language, and in case sensitive language we are not supposed to change the codes. If we'll change the codes, then errors will come. So that is called as a spelling mistake. You can see here O written by me in capital letter. So that's an error. One more error is there. That is P in capital letter. So these two errors are there. So what will be the correction? That O must be in small letter and the P must be in small letter. That is lowercase. So these two errors are there. So that's why this whole thing is called as, this error is called as which type of error? Syntax error. Okay, now next one is called as logical error. Now logical error definition is what? The definition of logical error is if there will be an error because of the logical problem. Okay, logical means what? This brain, okay, top floor of human being, and computer also having the logics. So if there will be any logical error done by the user during the coding, that is called as logical problems will come in between the codes, then it is called as logical error. For example, you see one example written by me, that finding sum of two numbers. Finding sum of two numbers. And what mentioned by me? Sum equals to A asterisk B. Asterisk for what? Asterisk for multiplication. But we have to find the sum. Question is what? We have to find the sum. That means we are finding multiplication in place of finding sum. So that particular thing is called as which type of error? Logical error. Sometimes if your mommy will say that take 100 rupees and go to the market and purchase a kg of tomato from the market, and you will go to the market definitely and you will purchase a kg of potato in place of tomato. So that is called as logical problem. Correct now? So this type of problems will come, then that is called as logical error. So here is the example. You can see in this example we have to find the sum, but we are doing what? Multiplication. So this error is called as logical error. The third category of error is runtime error. Runtime error. Runtime error, there are 2-3 points are there which you have to see. Before that, I just want to explain you the definition. Runtime error is the error which occurs during the execution of the file. Means there will be no error with the time of compilation. When we will check, there is no error. Correct now? We are doing now this type of examples are there in our daily life also. Sometimes we are purchasing something from the market, and that time there is no problem in that particular product. Just we will bring that product in our home and we will use, that time error is coming. So same thing is here in Java also. the error which occurs during the time of execution. That when we will run the program, that time if error will come, that error is called as runtime error. Okay, now there are 3 points are there, 2-3 points. Just you see that the first one is if a number is divisible by 0. If a number is divisible by 0, you see the example. If I am writing here 24 and I am dividing by 0. In mathematics it is called as ND, that is not defined. Okay, na? And some of the book in class 11th and 12th mathematics, it is showing infinity. But the correct answer is what? Not defined. If a number will be divided by 0, that is not defined. And this type of situations will come, then it is called as which type of error? Runtime error. Second is if I will do any mistake in main function, we are writing now, that is public static void main string args, then we are giving square bracket. In place of square bracket you give small bracket, error will come, and that is called as runtime error. And last one is finding square root of a negative number. It is not possible to find out the square root of a negative number. If there will be a negative number, and if I will find out you can see here it is minus. So if the negative number square root if you will find out, that answer will not come. That is called as which type of error? That is a runtime error. But in mathematics in class 11th and 12th, we are doing like that. That is minus 1 is equals to I square, and we are multiplying with 5. So this will be I root 5. I is one of the imaginary number. That is in mathematics, and I for imaginary. So that is not valid also. But very simple thing is there, that if we will find out the square root of a negative number, that is called as which type of error? That error is called as runtime error. So students, hopefully you all understand the categories of errors. Now the questions which are coming in board exam. Okay, now 2 marks questions or 3 marks questions. So listen carefully. First question, define error. Correct? Now you must write in your copy also. What do you mean by error? What are the types of errors? If a person will do any mistake in spellings, then which type of error will come? If a number is divisible by 0, then which type of error will come? If a user will find out multiplication in place of sum, then which type of error will come? These type of questions you must go through. Okay, now very simple questions, and I answered all the questions whatever I asked now. So please go through the video from the beginning once again. You will get all the answers of the questions which I asked to you. Thank you very much.